Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is the Football Fignuts podcast. I'm Craig.
And I'm Sinch. Super Bowl!
It is the preview of the Super Bowl. The Bengals are in the Super Bowl, and if anyone really cared and counted, this is Season 5, Episode 30, number 224, and the Bengals are in the Super Bowl.
And none of that matters because there is no tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow, which means that there's no Super Bowl and no one's going to hear this. Which
let's get the hell out of here.
Kind of disappointing, really. Sinch, how the hell are you?
Oh, things are going great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm still in this really weird fog, man. It's weird. It's really weird. Bengals haven't been in the Super Bowl since I was 12. It's odd.
Wow.
It's really weird.
That's great. It's exciting. It may never happen again.
It's exciting. It's nerve-wracking. It's a combination of all of that.
Yeah, there's nothing better. There is one thing better, and that's winning the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
But up until this point right now, there's nothing better.
That's true. That is true. So let's just get into it. Sinch, what are you drinking?
I am rocking a fruit-flavored Gatorade Zero.
Zero.
That's exciting.
I still prefer the G2. It's too much fake sugar in Zero for me, but that's me.
Yeah, that's what I grabbed, and I'm out of beer, and it's all good. It's all good.
That's sad. You know what? I am actually running. I do need to stock up because I'm actually running low on beer myself. So this week I have the same thing I had last week when Sean was here. The rule of two from Brewport. It's a black IPA, and if you're someone who's into black IPAs, it's pretty good for the guy who did this. He mentioned last week, the guy who made this beer. This was his first official giant beer, like, as big as Brewport is, but first big produced beer. It came out pretty well. So.
I've never been there, and I've never tried a Brewport beer.
Wow, really?
That's crazy. I drive by it every day.
Oh my God, we should go. We should
what
go
are you
on
doing
one
Sunday
day
around 6.
Well, maybe not Sunday, but after that, you have to. I'm down the street from it. You have to go that way to go home. We should.
Yeah,
go.
absolutely.
We should go. All
right. So one quick thing that I just heard like a minute ago.
Oh,
Did you know?
Yes.
Did you know the Cincinnati public schools will be closed on Monday?
That is freaking awesome.
Is that?
That is awesome. I applaud the city of Cincinnati for allowing that. You know what? The day after the Super Bowl should be a national holiday.
Give it a couple more years, and the day after will be a week later, and the day after will be President's Day, and that'll be a national
They should
holiday.
do that. They should put the Super Bowl
It's just
Sunday
one
before,
more week.
The Sunday before President's Day. That would make everyone's life easier, I think.
They don't have to change anything. It's one more week. There's going to be an 18-game season anyway, so
exactly. So what is one more week waiting for the Super Bowl? No one's going to care.
Absolutely.
Nobody's going to care.
I have a great burning hot question I have to ask you.
Okay.
And I have to figure that you
let me drink some of
among
this
all
first.
people, you among all people know the answer.
It's
because
Dave.
my question,
it's Dave Klingler.
My question is,
yeah.
Why do people call the Cincinnati Bengals the Bengals? I don't get it.
Wait.
A lot of people this week are pronouncing Bengals.
I don't know. Is it a regional thing? That's a good question. I really don't know.
It's become my week-long pet peeve that just drives me crazy.
I mean,
Nobody
I
calls
guess
Big Ben Big Ben.
That's true. I have a friend who has a toddler. He can't say Bengals. He says bagels, but that's acceptable.
Well, maybe he's just hungry.
That's true too. I
don't see you guys waving a Bengal helmet and the kid saying bagels.
he's really just hungry.
Bengals, just give me a bagel.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I
All
did
right. Well,
see
that was a
the.
bust.
It was. I really like. I don't know. I'm the one that says caramel, and everyone yells at me. So, you know, that's how
Yeah,
that.
who cares?
That's how that
Caramel,
goes.
caramel.
It's the same thing. Damn it. So,
Is it the Pirates of the Caribbean or Pirates of the Caribbean?
Caribbean.
Okay, Mr.
No.
Caramel.
Damn it! I just had I just had another question for you, and it just left me. Until that one comes back, I have a question for you, and we sort of discussed this on our thread. Sinch, what is going on with Kyler Murray? He unfollowed the Cardinals on social media, and he deleted all Cardinals related like photos. I don't know, like what's the end game here? Is he done in Arizona?
I think the thing that we forget about a lot of times, these athletes, they can be immature, and he is young. He's only, I mean,
24.
yeah, I was going to say, he's 24 years old. He's been catered to his whole life. He's hit a little bit of, he's not the best anymore. So I think it's all about the money. It's always about the money.
It
He's
is.
probably
So
looking for a contract extension, and this is the beginning, the first salvo, the first shot fired, trying to get some public support.
so he
I
becomes
don't.
a free unrestricted free agent in 2024, and he is on a 4-year, 35 million. I'm just rounding, $35 million contract, and he had a $23 million signing bonus.
Okay, well that 4 for 35, he's looking for 35 per, not 4 for 35.
True,
So
but see, here's the thing though. Like he said two. I think in our thread I said three, but he said two. Not, I mean, no injuries are good, but he's had two not good injuries for a quarterback, and they don't win after Thanksgiving. So I don't see how them giving him more. Like I don't see them giving
well,
him more
see,
money.
but you've got to put yourself in his shoes. He just wants the money. I want a new contract. He's going to get a new contract. It's a matter of years, when that will happen. He wants a new contract. So when he gets that new contract, going to be for a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure that his agent is telling him this is the time to start our negotiation. The same way, as soon as there's a presidential election and the next day the guy is sworn in, well, the day after that is when they start running for 4 years from then.
Right.
So he's out there getting his head start. I don't know, if you're the Cardinals, are you rushing to give him $300 million? I wouldn't.
Absolutely not. I think someone may have been the source, or possibly you, and then the source added the chart that Cliff Kingsbury, he's not good after Thanksgiving, and I don't know why. Like in 20 example, so he went in last season, this past season, he went 7-0 to start the season, and then the rest of the year he went 3-5. 2020 he was 5-2 and then was 3-6. 2019 he was 3-1 and then 2-7, and that's just his NFL career.
Well, it's like I was saying on our thread. I think it's got to be coaching. And I mentioned Kingsbury's been doing this since he was in college. And that's where the source popped up that thread that I'm sure I can't find right now because I wasn't thinking about finding it. Oh, wait, here it is. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
So, all right, I hit a buy. Oh, there it is. Okay, so Kingsbury, dating back to 2013, from
Mm-hmm.
2013 to 2021,
Mm-hmm.
games 1 through 7, he's 42, 20, and 1. The rest of the year, he's 16 and 43. So that's from week 8 on, Kingsbury's teams fall apart. That's got to be coaching. You can't blame that on players.
I don't even understand how that happens though. Like, your coaching doesn't change? Do like teams just in the second half of the season realize what you're doing and then you don't adjust?
Well,
I guess.
I'm guessing that Kingsbury spends the offseason coming up with his playbook, the things he wants to change. They get it installed in the training camp. They start using it throughout the season, and by mid-season, he doesn't have that next step. He has, these are the plays we run. And your guess is as good as mine. I don't watch every Cardinal game.
Right.
And I didn't watch them in college. It's just, that's a lot of games for it to be a fluke. 17 and what did I say? 17 and 43, I think. That's almost 10 years. So I don't know. It's Cliff Kingsbury. It's the Cardinals. What do they matter? It's Super Bowl week.
It's Super Bowl week.
We're here to talk Bengals.
And that means
Rams.
And crazy prop bets. Insane prop bets. So
before we get to the prop bet,
yes.
I heard something crazy this week.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Hit me.
Whoever has won the coin toss to start the game,
okay,
the last 7 years that team has lost the Super Bowl. So
now,
when
were those teams? Did they defer?
I'm
or
sure
just
that
the fact
they
that
all
they won.
did.
Okay, right.
It's just a fluky thing that whichever team won the coin toss lost the game the last 7 years. So what at like 6:05 when you're really nervous, as long as you don't win the coin toss, you could sit back, relax, open up the champagne and start early.
You know what? I'm not against that. I am not against that.
Also, if you didn't know it and you didn't look it up, how many teams in the league would you guess have never won a Super Bowl?
Never won a Super Bowl?
How many NFL teams would have never won a Super Bowl? Well, I've got that number, and it's not a trick question or anything.
All right, I'm going to take a wild guess. I'm going to say 12.
It is 12. That's a wild guess.
Holy shit.
I
seriously
shocked.
did not look that up. I
was
guessed.
Shocked. That many teams have not won a Super Bowl. I couldn't believe it.
And you can't count the Jets because that was before the NFL.
No, you could count them.
Oh, you can?
They won a Super Bowl. Yeah, they won.
All right, that's Super Bowl 3. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was going to say 3. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Wow.
You know who you can't count?
Who?
You can't count the Bengals because they have not yet won a Super Bowl.
They have not. This is their third one, though. But, yeah.
Is the charm.
I'm not going to lie. I was, part of me wanted the 49ers to win just so the Bengals can finally beat them in the Super Bowl, but it's okay. It's all right.
All right, well, you go ahead. You give me one of your prop bets. Which one do you like?
Oh, boy. There's normal ones, like what color is
the Gatorade?
The Gatorade going to be? I think, let me see. Actually, there's actually, now listen, folks, there's actual odds on these colors, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, blue is the favorite, plus 500 or something.
Actually, so here I'm going to go from, favorite up. So purple is plus 800. Clear or water is plus 600. Red is 400. Lime, green, yellow, why don't they combine those? Is 300. Blue is 275 and orange is 200.
Oh, see, people are putting money on that orange.
Yep.
It doesn't have to go by teams.
It doesn't. I mean, people can drink what color Gatorade are you drinking right now?
It's kind of pinkish, reddish colored. I think if I was to put money on that bet, and I don't think I will, I would go with red because you could look this up. There has never been red Gatorade dumped at a Super Bowl.
Wow.
And I heard another crazy thing about the Gatorade. 2 years, I think it was 13 and 17, I think. There wasn't any Gatorade dumped. They just didn't think to do it.
Oh, really? Just in the moment, they were just like, yeah.
They could not believe they won, so they didn't even bother.
Huh. I never even really thought of that. So actually, Britt sent us in a prop bet that he likes. So this is a parlay bet. So he has both teams to score plus 25 points. Burrow and Stafford plus 250 yards passing each. That's all of those are very plausible.
I would love to see that happen. because my fear is that it's going to be a low-scoring game, or at least one team will have a low-scoring. If it gets away, I just don't want to see
Like it's going to be
38-14.
So you don't want it to be like 37-12.
No, that would be bad.
That would
And really, if it were 13-10, wouldn't that be kind of bad?
That would also be bad.
Unless you had the 13, then it wouldn't be so bad.
Correct. Exactly. Let me see. I'm trying to find other prop bets I had up here.
All right, I'll give you one while you're looking.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to save my favorite to the end.
Okay.
But here's one that I like.
Okay.
Both quarterbacks to throw an interception was plus 180.
Okay.
Stafford always seems to throw one up for grabs. And I'm not going to give away who I'm going to pick until the end, but I worry about Burrow. With Von Miller and Aaron Donald and the Bengals missing offensive line. I mean, they're there. They're just missing the blockers. So
You're right, yeah.
I worry that Burrow might have one of those under pressure throws it, hits a receiver's hand, and pops straight up.
Yeah.
That kind of
interception. Yeah.
Plus 180. That's a pretty good one.
All right. Yeah, no, I can see that. He did that in a couple other games, and it's those things where younger quarterbacks are trying to make something happen on every play when you should just throw it away.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's been their offense a large part. It's been him making something happen.
Exactly, and sometimes it doesn't work at all.
It's worked enough until now. They've gotten this far.
Oh, here's one that happens every year. How long will the rendition of the National Anthem last? Right now, the under-over is 97.5 seconds.
All right, so here's the scoop. Mickey Guyton, she's a country singer.
Mm-hmm.
She is performing the National Anthem. I don't want to say I sat and timed it, but she has been known to go for 86 seconds. So she's young. She's going to be nervous. You know how when you speak in front of people and you're reading something, you go really quickly and it doesn't feel like you are?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I would say take the under this year.
All right. I can go for that. Especially, it's going to be 100 degrees in LA Sunday.
Is it really?
Yeah.
They're underground. They'll be fine.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Are they?
Yeah, that's how they built that stadium. It's actually down.
Really? I mean,
Yes,
that looks like a fun stadium to go to. It's probably horribly expensive in general, like just for a Rams game. But it looks like it's an event at that stadium.
I saw the parking for last week's game.
Mm-hmm.
$500 to park.
That's insane.
That's not a ticket. That's just to park.
That is crazy.
They must not have a lot of parking spots.
They probably don't. Or they do, and it's like off-site, and you have to take a bus or something.
I know that I've heard that there's no tailgating there.
That's sad.
Which, to me, that sucks. That's like the biggest thing that you want to do when you go to the
every time
game.
I've been to, the old Meadowlands, but whatever, it's still the Meadowlands. Yeah, tailgating is a big, humongous part of it. Even if you're just like making sandwiches out of like a cooler in your trunk,
I got a 20-second story about going to a game at the Meadowlands.
Yeah, go for it.
It was a Patriots-Jets, I think it was a Thursday night game.
Okay.
This was probably 10 years ago. And it was a kind of thing where if the Patriots won, they clinched the division. So for a Patriot fan, it was a little bit of a big deal game.
Right.
So a friend and I went to this game, and I wasn't thinking. I've had big Patriot jacket on, Patriot hat. I'm not confrontational, and I'm not stupid. I don't want to go and cause trouble.
Right.
And this is a game where Chad Pennington threw, I think, 5 interceptions. The Patriots won easy.
Dear.
So anyway, we're leaving. We're walking in the parking lot to get to our car.
Yep.
And I saw at least 5 fires burning in the parking lot. Just random.
Was
There's
it cold?
a garbage. Yeah. But even so, you just kind of, you're walking outside in the dark to get to your car, and it's like, oh, look, there's a fire. Oh, look, another fire. Oh, look, another fire.
One time I went to a Jet Patriot game with a friend of mine, and he's a Patriots fan. And he had like a Patriots jacket on and a hat and everything, you know. I've had Jet stuff on, so whatever. And we tailgated. It was fine. It was good, right? It was time to go inside of the game, right? And we're walking towards the stadium, and there's, you know, clearly most people there are Jets fans, and they're tailgating. And there's these guys cleaning up, and they're one of the ones that have, like, you know, people that just have the huge metal grate over like a cut barrel kind of thing.
Yeah.
Full of charcoal. And they're taking apart their stuff, and he looks at them and goes, yeah, and he points to all his stuff. I swear to God, one of the dudes picked up a table leg he was taking apart and just stared at him. I'm like, dude, we gotta go. This is not the time and place.
Wow.
That was also the time that I used an outhouse at the Meadowlands. You should not do that ever. Ever don't do that.
Okay.
I'm still scarred by it.
Moving on.
Yes. More prop bets. Oh, here's one. Here's another prop bet for you. The will Snoop Dogg light up during the performance? Plus 300 for yes, minus 450 for no. Just in case.
You know what? I say no. Because how often do you see him smoking? Usually you just see him, clearly he's high.
Yeah. Oh, he's definitely going to be high before it or during, but yeah. I would take the no on that one.
Hey, it's legal. He's in California. Go for it. All right, here's a fun one I like.
Okay.
The jersey number of the first guy to score a touchdown, under 24. So do you say yes, the jersey number is under 24, or no, it's over?
I'm going to say yes, and I'm also going to say that I put a very cheap bet on the Bengals defense scoring the first touchdown.
Wow. That must have been plus a lot.
It was plus like 1,200 or 2,000.
Okay. Do you bet more money on the Super Bowl? Like, forget last year, your team's not in it. Do you bet more money on the Super Bowl than you would during a regular week?
I don't know, because we've never had sports betting before. So I'm not sure.
Never had
yet.
legal betting. Okay.
I'm not sure. How about you? Will you have any bets placed already?
Definitely more.
Because Sinch is the big, like, place your bets early before the odds change guy.
Well, no. See, there's two rules to go by. I like to do it a full week ahead. Mm-hmm. But the Super Bowl, the line hasn't moved. I think it moved from 4 to 4.5. But if you're talking regular season, if you could get a bet placed before the Sunday's game for the following Sunday, a lot of crazy stuff happens. And if you could get that bet in, you get injured players, all kinds of stuff. That line could jump 6, 7, 10 points. But the other thing that I like to do, and the Bengals are the perfect team to do this with, in-game betting. The Bengals last week...
You are good at it.
They always start slow. They're a second-half team. Mm-hmm. So I said, you know what? I'm going to get this up. I want to wait until it's at 14. And what was the line? 7 or 7.5 last week before the game started. Chiefs get the ball and score. It moved up to only 10, I think. So I said, oh, that stinks. So, okay, the Chiefs scored again. And do you remember, was it 14-0? Is that what the game was? Or I can't remember.
They were, at halftime, the Bengals were down by 18.
Okay. Well, it was at some point in time, I looked down and I saw 14. Okay. I typed in the dollar amount, and on the way to typing the dollar amount and then typing that go button to place the bet, it jumped up to 15.5. So I said, yeah.
Oh my
all
God.
Right. So I had the Bengals with 15.5, and that paid off well for me.
Nice. Very nice. I just
that was
checked. Okay. I'm going to throw this out here because I told Sean this and I'm very mad at myself for this. So I looked up the spread right now. The Bengals are +4. Honestly, in the next 3 days, I really doubt that's going to change at all.
Mm-hmm.
But now preseason Super Bowl odds. Okay. Now, sports betting here didn't happen when the season. It happened during.
It
the
was like
season.
October, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So when I placed this bet, these odds were not this high because they changed by the time I was able to place a bet. The preseason odds for the Super Bowl for the Rams was plus 1,200. Okay, like that's reasonable because especially with a new quarterback.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Pretty good. The Bengals were plus 15,000.
And really, who is placing that bet other than a Bengal fan? No one.
No one. And you know what? I did it in October, and I am such a dumbass because I thought about it too much because this was after they lost to the Jets. And I was like so annoyed that I cashed out that bet. I was like, screw it, man. I was like so aggravated. And yeah, here we are. So.
Did you get your money back? Did you get more than your money back?
I I just got my money back for the bet.
All right. Well, hey.
Damn it.
Who would have thought that
Me?
the Bengals would go to the Super Bowl?
Other thing too,
No,
I have to go through. Wait, hold on. I have to go through our podcast because I swear, this year I asked Britt this, so I'll ask you too because you were there when we were doing our preseason roundtables and such. Right? Did we pick teams to go to the Super Bowl this year?
No, you know what happened?
I swear to God, we did. Maybe we did.
It was after all of that. After we did the podcasts, and then I sent out on our thread, and I said, "All right, this is who I like," and all of us threw in who we thought would get there.
Okay, I got to go look that up. Damn it! Because what happened on I watch Good Morning Football a lot, and they said. No, like they said, they scoured the internet and no one picked the Bengals to go to the Super Bowl this year. And I swear to God, I put them in there, but maybe it was just in that thread. So yeah. Okay, so go on. Sorry.
I'm already there. I got nowhere to go. All right, here's a fun fact, okay?
All right, go ahead.
So the opening kickoff for the Super Bowl, whichever team is kicking off on the field right there for the first time, they give the kicker the football. Now, this is different from every other game, every playoff game, the conference championship, all regular season long. They usually give the kicking ball to the kickers, and they could scuff them up and, loosen them up, do whatever they want to it. The Super Bowl, however, is different. They just give the ball right there for the first time. The kicker puts it on the tee. They kneel on it. You see the kicker kneel, try to soften it up a little bit. They put it on the tee. They kick it off. The team gets the ball, they take a knee, they return it, whatever they do. And as soon as that play is over, they take that ball out of the game and that ball goes to, I think it was the Hall of Fame. It goes somewhere for, showing off.
Right.
Okay. So here is a prop bet you got to look up. I didn't write down what the odds on it were, but 26 of the last 28 kickoffs to start the game were returned. You hear what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like usually it's a touchback, but these kicks are all being returned 26 out of 28. So that's the last 28 years of Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason is these kickers, it's like they're kicking a bowling ball. They haven't scuffed it up. They haven't, moved it around and gotten the feel for it. It's just a hard, sticky football. So when these guys kick it, it doesn't go. So if the guy is catching it on the 5-yard line, it's not a touchback. He's returning it. So, I did write down it's minus 110 that the kick is returned on the opening kickoff. So that is a bet. I'm going to do like a 5-way tease prop, all these prop
a
bets.
round robin.
And you know what? I'm going to tease that Bengal line up to 10. I'm either going to tease it to 10 and put that together with probably the over. When you tease it like that, you move the point total down if you're betting the over. So I don't even know. Do you remember what the over is on that game?
Unless it changes, it's 48.5.
Yeah, so I could probably get it down to 42.5 or 44.5. I think that's a really good bet.
So here I just looked up the Super Bowl Gatorade colors.
Okay.
So the last 10, well, is this 10 Super Bowls? So the Chiefs were orange, Patriots were blue. The Eagles were yellow. Apparently, the Patriots skipped one year. The Broncos were orange.
What do you mean they skipped a year?
I don't know. This says
That's
there was
the year
no
that
color.
they didn't.
Yeah,
they didn't do it.
it looks like the
Either that or it was water or clear.
Yeah. And same thing for the Ravens.
Was that in 13, the Ravens?
There's no year. I think
12,
so.
13. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay.
And apparently the Giants were the only ones with purple. Interesting.
Now, can you imagine? It's got to be someone at the Gatorade headquarters, Like they're saying, oh, the big money line is purple. All right, both sidelines, nothing but purple Gatorade. And then they place a big bet.
Probably.
And they're getting rich off of it.
I guarantee you that happens. Guarantee it. Here's one for you. How many Super Bowl commercials will feature a dog? The under-over is 6.5.
Wow, that's a lot. It's got to be under.
So the
How many?
The under is -120 and the over is -110.
Yeah, I'll take the under. You're going to see probably the Budweiser commercial. They always have a dog in it. A random commercial for whoever knows what that might be. I'd say probably 3.5 is the line. Definitely under.
Here you go. If you're into cryptocurrency, people are betting on what the price of Bitcoin will be during the Super Bowl. It's -130 if it goes up. It's +100 if it goes down. So just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I don't like bets like that. Bets like there's one for, I can't remember what his name was, but a basketball player who's playing in LA the same time as the Super Bowl. And the bet was something like, will the difference in score be more or less than this player's points for the game? See,
That's
I don't
crazy.
like bets like that. I don't like because I want to know. I'm sitting watching the game. I want to know. I don't want to have to check the basketball score and pay attention to that and look up his stats while the game's going. I don't want to know. I want to sit and focus on the football game.
That's a lot. I'm sorry. The right now it's 48.5 is the under over.
Okay.
I just looked it up again. I'm trying to find other prop bets. Then there's a typical ones like passing yardage.
I like Burrow over 36.5 passing attempts.
That's
I think he's going to be throwing a lot.
Yep.
And he's done that. I can't remember what I heard. Something like 6 out of the last 8 games or something. But, I mean, they're throwing. They're not going to run a lot on the Rams. And on the other side, I saw one for Cam Akers under 16.5 rushing attempts. They have Sony Michel, too. And I think most Super Bowls turn out to be a passing us against you kind of thing. So I don't think Akers runs it 17 times. So I like the under on that one.
No, that could work. Another one is Tyler Boyd over 40.5 yards receiving. That can happen in one play, 2 plays.
Do you like that? I know you're the Bengals guy.
I do like that only because the last few games, we'll take the Chiefs game for example. The Chiefs kind of took Jamar Chase out of the game, and that left T. Higgins wide open several times. So,
I mean, that's why I think that the T. Higgins bets are more interesting. I saw one for him. I can't remember what the number was, but it was over receptions for T. Higgins, probably 6.5 or something. But I would like that bet. You got to figure they're going to try and do the same thing the Chiefs did and take Chase out of the game. Can't double team everybody.
No, you definitely cannot. Let's see. Oh, here's some MGM prop bets. Okay, so right now, if you bet on Evan McPherson, he is plus 10,000 to win Super Bowl MVP.
Wow, so never been done by a kicker.
So that means if you bet $1,000, you have $100,000. Just saying.
Let me tell you, if you got $1,000 to put down on a bet, don't put it on that one.
That's the problem. Like you look at, people who are, professional gamblers, smart gamblers, as it were, they're usually taking the favorites because more than likely that's going to pay out. But you look at some of the bets that are plus numbers, and you put in how much you're going to bet, and you see how much you would win. You're like, wow, that's pretty nice.
If you have $1,000 to bet, you put it on something where the minus 250 you're supposed to win, and you put that 1,000 down, and you win less, but you win. Don't go chasing.
Here's another halftime one for you. Will any part of Eminem's performance be censored?
Well, I mean, yeah. I got a better one. How many seconds of the halftime show do you think I'll be watching?
6.
Over under 1. Over under 0.5.
Let's see. Okay, here's another one. Result of the first drive: punt, field goal, or touchdown, interception. I think the Rams get it. Stafford throws a pick 6. And I'm saying that being a Matt Stafford, John Stafford fan, but I can definitely see it happening.
You know what generally tends to happen in the beginning of the first quarter of a Super Bowl is usually very boring.
It is, because both teams are like, I don't know what to do. Yeah.
They want to run it into the line to try and get the nerves out. They want to throw a screen pass so the quarterback can throw his first pass and get comfortable. So I think the most likely bet right there would be a punt. Running into the line, incomplete pass, complete pass for 3 yards, punt it away.
Here's one for you. Team to take the first coaches challenge. I don't have any odds on it though. It's just a.
Yeah, I mean that's like winning the coin toss. Either team. I saw a fun one that I didn't see the odds. It was how many times do you see the chain gang during the game?
Ooh.
And it was 1.5. Do you go over or under?
I'm gonna go.
I think it's got to be over,
I'm
right?
gonna go over. I'm gonna go over on that. I think you're right. No, it has to be.
I got one for you. This is my last one that I wrote down. This was my favorite one.
Okay.
This is plus 2,500.
Oh my God. Okay.
All right. So here's the bet. Either team to have 2 unanswered scores. So we're saying that if you're saying yes, so we're talking about 2 unanswered scores. So the Rams get the ball, kick a field goal, stuff happens, and then the next score is by the Rams. That's 2 scores, unanswered. So if you say no, that's not going to happen, that they're going to alternate scoring for the whole game, that's plus 2,500.
Interesting.
I thought that was a fun one.
That's a good one.
I could see it being a back and forth game.
Oh, I think it definitely has the potential to be. I mean, both offenses are very high-powered offenses, so it could definitely happen. There's a prop bet for the longest field goal. That's definitely the Bengals.
I saw something like the longest field goal being over 47, 43 and a half, something like that.
I would definitely take the over.
Yeah.
On that one.
I told you early in the season, I saw McPherson miss the field goal to lose a game, I think, didn't he? Does that sound familiar to you?
That was are you talking about the Packers game where no one could kick a field goal like 6 times? Was
that the Bengals? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
that was in overtime too. That was in the fourth quarter. They both missed, and then they both missed in overtime.
I saw him kicking in that game, and I told you I like him. He's good. He's got a good, strong leg. You could see the ball has a true spin to it.
It doesn't really. It really doesn't like
certain
curve
guys you
at
could
all.
tell.
Yeah.
There's guys that it's like Gay, the kicker for the Rams. He missed a 43-yarder, I think, short last week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no difference. You win the kicker the kicker competition goes.
You still there? Did I lose you?
I'm here.
Oh, there you are.
I'm sorry.
Okay, cool.
I got a phone call, so my phone blanked on me.
No problem. I'm trying to think if there's anything like any other interesting ones. Yeah, the rest are all pretty standard. Like the right
You
now,
could,
like Burrow they have a bet for Burrow under 11.5 rushing yards. Definitely, if you have that bet, definitely take the over.
yeah, I was gonna say I like the over a lot. And I don't have the number in front of me, but I could see the first touchdown scored. I could really see it being Burrow. If they get down like inside the 10-yard line, I could see him scrambling and just saying, "The hell with this.
I'm
I'll
gonna
do it
do
myself."
pretty much. I do not disagree with you with that theory. If they're in that kind of position,
That's always a fun bet to make for any week's game. The first touchdown scored, and then as soon as that one you win or lose, it comes up with the next touchdown scored. Those are always fun.
Let's see. What else? Is there anything else? Let's see. Oh, here's some exotic prop bets for you. Will any word be forgotten in the national anthem? Plus 600 for yes, minus 1900 for no.
I am ashamed to say that I could sit there and watch it and maybe not know the answer. I mean, like if she messed up a whole sentence worth, well, then you're going to know. But just one word, it's possible that I wouldn't even know. I could place that bet, watch it, and say yes, I won, and then look at my phone and find out no, I lost.
Okay, here's one for you. Who will the Super Bowl MVP mention first in his speech? Teammates, God, family, city, coach, owner. Doesn't mention anyone.
He just goes up there and says, "I'm the man."
Pretty much.
I did this.
Turns into a wrestling promo.
See, you know what? So who's going to win the MVP? If you say Stafford, he's going to say God. He's a very religious guy. And only God could get him out of Detroit. So it would be him saying God. If it's Burrow, I could see him saying family. I could see him
teammates.
I could see him saying, "I did this. It was me."
SpongeBob.
I'm the man. That was a prop that I saw this week. Any player, not a quarterback, to win MVP, and it was something like plus 260 if you take any other player.
Let's see. That's the Bitcoin one again. Okay, here you go. Will any player propose to his girlfriend on the field after the game? Yes, plus 400. No, minus 650.
Oh, why the hell would he do that? Come on.
Here you go. Will any player be ejected for throwing a punch? Plus 800 for yes, minus 2,000 for no.
No way.
Let's see. Will either kicker hit the upright or crossbar on a missed field goal or extra point attempt? Plus 320 for yes, minus 475 for no.
I would bet yes. It's fun that way.
All right.
But I think McPherson is too good. I wouldn't think he would hit it.
Yeah,
so
no, unless it's like an insane distance, but that's not going to be the no.
Even at an insane distance, and you would know better than me, he either makes it
or he doesn't,
or he misses it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I can't see him really, unless he tried to aim for it. Like I can't see him hitting it, or if there's like wind or something. But what will happen first? Touchdown plus 105 or a sack minus 130.
Oh, I would take the sack.
And
I would say it was Burrow getting sacked.
Probably. Yeah. That's why your expensive free agent tackle gets hurt, and that's what happens.
Well, you know what? I mean, speaking in general terms, I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't really. Whatever happens Monday morning, I'll wake up and go to work, and I'll be okay with it. I'm rooting for the Bengals for my friends. I have you and another friend who are big Bengal fans.
Wow.
But speaking in general terms, if the Rams win, what did they do? You know, how did it go? I think if the Rams win, it's because of their defense, right?
I would say so because I feel like Stafford, the part of his brain is still in Detroit, which makes him prone to mistakes. Not as much. I'm not saying as much, but
let's be fair. Stafford has been a very good quarterback.
Oh, he is. Even in
That
Detroit,
being said,
even
he
in
does
Detroit, he was
throw
good.
it up for grabs sometimes.
He does. I just think that comes from being in Detroit and like trying to make something happen. He just kind of launches it. So
And see, here's the same question. If the Bengals win, what happened? How did they win? And the answer is just Joe Burrow. That's what happened.
true.
I'm not looking to knock the Bengals because their defense was fantastic against the Chiefs in the second half of that game. But watching the Bengals play every playoff game, I can't help but think Burrow and receivers, and there's nothing else there.
And Evan.
That is unfair. Yes, and McPherson the kicker. That's unfair because they're in the Super Bowl, but they have a terrible offensive line. Their running game is solid, but not spectacular. And their defense, I don't know how they do what they're doing because there's really no big name stars on the defense.
No, I think Mike Hilton is the biggest.
I mean,
Mike Hilton and Hendrickson from the Saints, probably those two.
Whatever happens, I could see the Bengals going 7-10 next season. I could see them going 10-7. I'm not saying they're going to fall apart. I'm just saying you're so used to the Bengals being the Bungles that it's just hard to believe that they are perennial Super Bowl favorites now.
Yeah, it's very odd, and I don't think the national media knows what to do. It's almost like they want to ignore it and pretend it's not happening.
They're being treated unfairly, but that's just because no one could believe this. This can't be happening. Come on.
That's pretty much what it is. There's still people complaining that they drafted Chase and not what's his name. So
Penny Sewell.
Yeah.
Well, I relented halfway through the season. I told you,
did.
Yeah, it looks
You
like
did.
Chase was the right move.
You did, and it worked. Luckily. So, but Sinch, we've been doing this for almost an hour.
It's been fun.
Always is. Always is.
I have a thought.
Yes, sir.
There's an idea for the podcast.
Of course.
24-hour marathon podcast.
That would be a little difficult. I mean, we could try it. It's kind of difficult.
We'll do it live, obviously.
We would have to, I think.
I think you'd have to include everyone who's ever been on this show to fill in for an hour.
At least an hour. That means that means we'd have to get Sean to start turning his laptop on now. So
this podcast is coming to an end. So I have my final question for you.
Oh boy.
And
yes, I took Monday off.
I hope this won't be a painful question. It shouldn't be. It has no bearing on this year's Super Bowl.
Okay, all right.
So here's my final question for the podcast.
Okay.
Who will be, after this game is over,
Yeah.
the two teams favored to go to the Super Bowl next season?
Well, I'm assuming you mean the NFC and AFC, right?
Well, yeah. The Chiefs can't play the Bills. Otherwise, that would probably be it.
I'm gonna go with whoever. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If, again, this is a ginormous if Aaron Rodgers winds up in Denver with Devontae Adams, people are gonna pick them as a favorite. If not, it's probably gonna be the Chiefs again.
No. But see, here's the question.
Yeah.
As soon as this game is over, as soon as this game is over, there will be odds. You could go and place a bet on who goes to the Super Bowl next year.
True.
So what I'm saying is, who do you think are the two teams? And the reason I'm asking, the crazy thing, no matter who wins this Super Bowl, I don't think either one of these teams are listed.
They're probably not.
No one is going to say the Bengals won 40-0. They're my pick to go next year.
Maybe me. That's it.
Well, you say that every year. Every year you say, I think they're going to win 10 games.
And eventually I'm right.
All
right.
the blind squirrel finds a nothing.
Well, okay. So let's look at the NFC. All right. Assuming everything stays the same, I'm going to say... probably, you know what? I'm gonna say the Packers.
It's got to be. If you think about it, are you going to pick the Cowboys or
no
the Eagles No, not a chance.
And
are you going to pick the Washington Commandos? No, you're not going to do that.
nope.
Are you going to pick any team in the South? The Saints or the Bucks? The
Oh my
Bucks
God.
without Brady.
Okay, so
all the
what's
free
now
agents?
right now? Looking at it, who's worse, the NFC East or the NFC South?
That's my point. So what are we talking about? Who are your options?
I mean,
You're
so
not
right
gonna-
now, I think there'd be three teams now that now that Brady's not in Tampa, is like Green Bay, the Rams, or San Francisco. Anyone else? Like I can't.
Yeah, I mean maybe the Cardinals.
Maybe
I wouldn't think
maybe
so.
probably not.
But okay, so let's say Aaron Rodgers goes to an AFC team, and you got to figure if they're going to trade him, it's going to be to an AFC, not an NFC.
Right.
So if Aaron Rodgers goes to the AFC will have every quarterback. I mean, you would be looking at Kyler Murray as the best quarterback in the NFC, or Russell Wilson.
Not Dak. Oh, he just
not Dak. No, not Dak.
Yeah, because let's see the so hypothetically, let's say that happens. Let's say he goes to Denver, so the AFC would have Rodgers, Mahomes, Herbert, Burrow, Allen, and Jackson,
Mac Jones,
and Mac Jones, and Trevor Lawrence. He has potential.
Yeah. Well, if he was in the NFC, he would be probably a top 5.
More than
he
likely.
Didn't do anything last year.
He couldn't. Like he physically just couldn't do it. Yeah. So all right. So I'm gonna say if hypothetically nothing changes by the time game ends, Packers and the Chiefs.
I think I would put Bills in there, but the Bills for me are kind of a lot like the Bengals. Even though they made it 4 years in a row back in the 90s, until the Bills are there, I just can't believe the Bills are going to make it to the Super Bowl. You know, they find a way to not win the big game.
Yeah, and they had a chance, and
they are as impressive as any team in the league. But, you know, you get a season like this and you found a way to not make it there. Everything might not go as well next year as it did this year.
That's true. Or the year before, where they had the exact same scenario.
Well, it seems like as long as they don't have to play the Chiefs, they're okay.
That is true. That is very true.
So, on behalf of the Cincinnati Bengals, thank you, Kansas City.
So is that who you would pick, though? Would you pick Green Bay and Kansas City?
Probably, but I mean, would you want to place a bet on Green Bay? Because it seems like
all right,
50-50 that Aaron Rodgers goes.
Really quick, because we have some buffer time. I'm going to open FanDuel, and you can already bet on next year. So let's look at the odds. We have
time because if the Bengals lose, the podcast will be 1 minute long next week. Fuck. We'll see you next week.
Oh, God damn you, FanDuel, and your stupid security number. See, this is the problem. Like, they have all these stupid promotions, and they put it in a place where I can't hit the security number, and then it times out.
I hate when that happens.
It's very annoying. Okay, Super Bowl. 2023 Super Bowl. Are you prepared?
I'm sitting down.
Okay, so the top team are the Chiefs. They are plus 700. The Bills are plus 700. The top... Well, I'm sorry. This is like who's going to win the Super Bowl. So the Rams are plus 1,200 and the Cowboys are plus 1,200. And then everyone else goes up from there.
Man, the Cowboys, you know how much money they'll get just from Cowboy fans betting that?
A lot.
Crazy.
They do every year. They do. And right now, it's just saying, right now the Bengals are plus 1,900 and the Packers are plus 1,500.
So who's the insulting team that's ahead of the Bengals on that? Is there one?
Let's see here. So top down, it goes Chiefs, Bills, Rams, Cowboys, 49ers, Packers, Bengals.
Cowboys.
Yeah, the Cowboys.
The Cowboys should not be favored over the Bengals.
Should they be favored over the Packers or the 49ers?
The Packers, no. 49ers, I would say no, but I would say they're right behind them.
Yeah, especially now that they're what's his name? Can't remember his name. Their offensive coordinator left for Miami, so don't know what's going to happen with them.
I didn't see that. Kellen Moore?
Is that his name?
Oh,
Maybe?
no. That's the Cowboys. You're talking about the Niners.
The Niners.
McDaniel.
Yes, him.
Did you see him? I've never seen the guy before. I don't know who he is.
Yeah, I've seen him before.
I saw his press conference.
He's kind of funny.
It's like, he's the head coach?
Yep.
Isn't he like the I don't know, the numbers guy or the
Nope, he's
director of marketing or something?
He's a coach. So
hey, he could be great. He won't be as good as Flores, but he could be good.
He could be. We'll find out. I mean, he's sticking with Tua, he said, so as of right now.
Well, he has no choice.
Yeah, they don't.
Who's he going to go to? I don't even know what their backup is.
Oh, all right. Let's look. Because now it's going to bother me.
No, you don't really have to. They could sign Odell Beckham Jr. He throws a better ball than Tua. He could be the quarterback.
Miami Dolphins roster. Okay. Roster. Let's look really quick here. Come on, load. Philip Lindsay. Oh.
He's not the quarterback.
Are you sure?
I owe Odell Beckham Jr. an apology because I was on this podcast saying, don't pick him up. He's nothing. He's washed up. He's been very good.
He has been good.
Good for him. Good
he
for
has
him.
Been good.
He's earned it.
There was some, I think, well, it took some adjustment when he got there, but yeah, he definitely worked out.
It didn't hurt. It didn't hurt that he showed up and Bobby Trees died.
That is true.
It definitely worked in his favor.
Okay, the backup quarterback to Tua is Jacoby Brissett.
Okay, that's right.
So, and yeah, I think we are out of time, my friend. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. Go Bengals.
Go Bengals. And if you like what you hear, please leave us a review on anywhere you listen to this podcast, especially on iTunes. We appreciate it. And you can also check us out at fignutsdfs.com. And you can find us on Facebook and Twitter. And hi, Deb. And there we have it. And everyone enjoy the Super Bowl. Don't get too drunk. And if you do, don't drive. Call an Uber. And, if you're smart like me, you took the Monday off. So, yeah.
And if you're not smart like me, you figure the hell with it. I'll just go to work.
That's right. Just drink some extra vitamin C before you go to bed. Or eat some extra vitamin C before you go to bed. Drink some water. You'll be okay. You'll get there. And on that note, I'm Craig.
I'm Sinch.
And this has been the Football Fignuts Podcast. Hoo-day!
Super Bowl edition.